Hi everyone, this is Amanda, and I wanted to do a video about low milk supply. This video isn't going to be how to fix a low milk supply or what you can do to increase. This video is indicators that you have a low milk supply, so you can take the steps to increase your milk supply if it truly is low. I'm reading some quotes off some websites, and I'm going to start off with one from kellymom.com. It says, first of all, is your milk supply really low? Often mothers think their milk supply is low when it really isn't. Is your baby gaining weight while on breast milk alone? Then you don't have a problem with your milk supply. That's from kellymom.com. There's really two indicators of low milk supply. There's baby not gaining weight. And if those first 6 months is supposed to be just strictly breast milk, no other foods, and that's because the baby's gut, and that's something called open gut. And if you want to look into that, actually Google open gut on infant probably, and you'll get like a whole crap load of information about how babies virgin gut, how babies' bellies aren't prepared for food, at least until 6 months or beyond. Back on topic though, the low milk supply. If baby's not gaining weight on breast milk alone for those first 6 months, you need to talk to a pediatrician first and foremost, and then look into a lactation consultant, because maybe not gaining weight or growing adequately or somewhat with the curve of the WHO charts, or World Health Organization. If the baby's not on those charts or not even close to the curve line, go ahead and talk to a pediatrician or a lactation consultant about that. The second indicator that you may have low milk is baby not having enough wet diapers. Now this could be a little strange. Baby's sick, you might not have a lot of wet diapers. But besides that, baby's a healthy baby and just lacking a lot of wet diapers. Looking inside those diapers, if there's tinted urine, dark tinted urine, it's dehydration. And you definitely need to put baby right to the chest right at that moment. Get to the hospital. It's pretty important. I mean, if you cannot get rid of that dehydration, you need to go to the hospital, because they will put baby on IVs. And be persistent. Let them know that you are breastfeeding and that you are going to continue breastfeeding. So while they're hooked up to IVs, that you have breast right there and they're drinking. They may encourage you to pump or supplement, but if you can do straight from the breast, it actually does have more nutrients straight from the breast than you would even pumping. Through pumping, and if you store it especially, you do lose certain antibodies because they die over that. But besides that, pump breast milk is still significantly healthier than formula. I'm not against formula. Let me say that. I'm not against formula. It is needed, especially in today's world. There's a lot of women who work so hard, or currently working those 40, 50 hours. My cat's getting into it now. But people that work those long hours, and they can't produce enough. So it is necessary in today's world. We have a lot of working mamas. I do wish formula did have more regulations on it though, so it wouldn't be as many chemicals in there. If you have to use formula, look into it, do good studies, see what's best, and if you are against formula, like some mothers are, look into donor milk or something of the sort. But do your research, talk to lactation consultants, they're awesome. Pediatricians, they know something about breast milk, but some aren't too versed on current information. Back on topic, the two indicators of low breast milk is not gaining weight and height, and then the low amount of wet diapers. So if your baby's only getting like 3 or 4 wet diapers a day, maybe 5, it's kind of low. You want to increase the feedings on the baby. If baby's old enough, maybe a little Pedialyte, but besides that, breast milk, breast milk, breast milk. And there's a lot of people assume the baby is nursing so much that they're just not getting anything out, or they don't hear baby drinking. That's also a real common one. They like, I don't hear baby gulping down milk anymore, I'm nervous. You have several letdowns in one period of time. So let's say you're breastfeeding for a newborn. It can be a half hour, it can be longer. My son was always longer than a half hour, but say for a half hour, you first hear baby gulping down some stuff. You're like, okay, they got some. 5 minutes later, there's no sound at all. There's motion of the mouth, there's no sound. And you don't feel it. Some can feel the letdown. You don't feel the milk. You still have milk coming out. It's just dripping out slowly. And then within a few minutes, you'll have another letdown. You have several letdowns in a nursing session. If you were to pump your milk, you'll notice that. You'll notice that first letdown you have is a big burst. It will fill up give you a little bit of milk here, fill it up a little bit. And then 5 minutes goes by and it's the exact same level. Keep pumping for at least 10 to 15 minutes. I usually pump for at least 20 minutes at a time, and it keeps increasing because I have several letdowns in one nursing or pumping session. So don't give up. It's been 5 minutes, baby is down like they're not getting any milk out. Keep going, because baby will get more milk out. Just let them do their natural thing. Let them go on and off as they please. Baby will let you know when they're done. They'll pull off, want to play, or as a young baby, they might just totally pass out. Frequent nursing is also known as cluster feeding, and that's generally when baby going through growth spurts. So it felt like for me, this first 6 months were nothing but a cluster feeding with my son. You see my son in the last video is very chubby, so he still does cluster feed quite often. Cluster feeding, 100% normal. Let baby go at their own speed, and don't kick them off the breast. If you have to do something, try baby wearing, or one of those nice slings. You can make at-home ones. You don't have to buy those $50 slings. You make a $10 one from like your sheets and a ring you buy at Walmart or something. One of those big rings to help with it. It's very easy. Look it up on YouTube. Look up how to make your own baby wearing sling. Look that up, and you'll get information on it. One very often thing is women think they don't have enough milk, and this is one instance that happens. I'm going to give you for instance. My baby's hungry. I'm nursing him. I pull him off 20 minutes. I'm like, he's had to be fine, and he's screaming. He's not acting normal. So what do? It's been going on. We've gone off and on for the past hour. 20 minutes on, 10 minutes off. I'm like, he must not be getting enough milk. That's what happens in all mothers' heads. But then what do? So I'll pump some milk. I put a little formula in a bottle and just give it to the baby. Lean it over, give it to the baby, and I'll notice, look, he's guzzling the milk down. What's really happening is baby is sucking on, instantly sucks when the nipple hits their mouth. And then milk goes in. And as they're sucking, more milk is getting jolted into their mouth, but makes it look like they're guzzling down the milk, which they're not. They have a natural tendency to suck. They're going to suck some, and the milk is just flooding into their mouth, or formula is flooding into their mouth, and it looks like they're very hungry. Baby generally gets so stressed out because they can't stop this. And they'll just fall right asleep because they overwork themselves. They're tired of it, and so they fall asleep. It's like you and I eating way too much. Think of like that Thanksgiving dinner that you had, and you just like cleaned your plate and 5 more plates after that. Way too much food. Breast milk, they say you can't overfeed a breastfed baby, and that is only applied when you are directly nursing. If you are pumping breast milk, you can overfeed a breastfed baby because they can guzzle it down too fast. Even though slower nipples, they can guzzle it down too fast. What other information? I'm going to read a little bit from the website. It says, when the bottle goes into baby's mouth and the milk the mouth fills with milk, the baby is obligated to swallow. The action of swallowing indicates another suck, and sucking again fills the mouth, and the cycle repeats, giving the appearance the baby is gulping down the bottle hungrily. And you substituting these bottles, seems like one substitute a day wouldn't be a big deal, but it's actually telling your body baby is starting to wean, so your body's going to start making less and less milk. Unless you're pumping every time that you're substituting a bottle or a formula, your body doesn't know baby's still hungry. So it's very important, if you must substitute, to keep pumping. I have pump right next to me. I pump every day, a couple times a day, but not for my own baby, for another baby. So you have to pump. If you're substituting with formula or breast milk, you need to pump quite a while. I was pumped at least 20 minutes, but if my son was exclusively pumped and exclusively bottle fed, I would pump a lot longer than that, just to guarantee I don't lose supply. Any other information? Be careful giving bottles when baby's fussy, because that tends to, giving babies bottles, it tends to let them keep guzzling the milk down, not knowing. I make this video way too long, so I'm going to get going, but if there's any other questions, let me know. 2 indicators of low milk supply. The only 2 that really matter, unless you have some sort of medical condition I don't know about. 2 indicators is the baby not gaining weight and height adequately, and then low amount of wet diapers. Thank you, girls.